Dustin, and Anna.
Thanks, Vlad. It's always great having you open us up every single day so we can save our voices. We are
opening us up.
opening us up.
up.
We are on week 3 of Full Moon January. And joining us today is a returning guest, Mikey. What's going on, dude?
What up?
I'm dying internally, but I'm here. I'm making it. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm living.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That's
You
all that
inherited
matters.
You inherited a castle somewhere? Is that what
Yeah,
you said?
it made me so happy that I could just bite off an Italian lady of the evening's titty. You know, I'm just that.
Oh yeah.
I'm tickled
yeah.
pink about it.
So yeah, this week we are tackling Castle Freak, not the remake, the original Stuart Gordon. I forget what year this was.
95.
95. Yeah, 95. Yeah.
And we're here gonna just chit chat about it and talk about everything that's good about this film because there's not really a lot of bad, in my opinion.
Nope.
So I guess we can just go around. Mikey, since you're the guest today, just go over your overall thoughts. What do you think of Castle Freak?
Castle Freak's one of those that's like a full moon staple for me. It kind of embodies what made, I'll say past tense, I'm sorry, that's kind of rude to say, but made Full Moon great back in the day. It's just got production value and effort and, you know, everything is just above and beyond what you would expect for a direct-to-video movie. Like, and that's kind of what made Full Moon special back then. Like, they weren't necessarily cranking out huge budget things, you know, but they made them feel slick. They made them feel like significant. And when they bring Gordon in on stuff, that usually was like a winning combo. And Castle Freak embodies that for me. It's just great.
Yeah, I will say this was definitely one that Stuart Gordon nailed. There's another one that we did. He did not nail.
He
Did not nail.
Sorry to hear that.
Nope. No, he didn't.
Nope. I guess and then we can go to Anna.
Yeah, this was a first time watch for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's one that's been on my radar. I've obviously known about it. I knew Stuart Gordon directed it. I knew old Babs Crampton and Jay
Heck
Combs
yeah.
was in it. And I hate that I've waited so long to watch it. I was so pleasantly surprised by every aspect of this movie.
Yeah, it's definitely a wild one. Big D.
So I kind of hinted at it last week, but this was my very first Full Moon movie
Oh, wow.
ever.
That's crazy.
Was Castle Freak, and I remember it as when I was a kid, it being a lot more scary than it is watching it now. Because in reality, this movie's not scary. It is very, very fucking sad.
Yeah.
Like there is
Yeah.
a tragic undertone in this movie to where it kind of takes away the horror aspect, except for this fucking monster that wears a superhero cape in it. But man, when I think of Full Moon, it's Subspecies and this movie. Like Castle Freak it has a special place in my heart because it's not one that I've walked in on my parents watching, but it was one that my dad wanted me to sit down with him and watch.
Okay.
Except when it got to the titty part, then I had to cover my eyes. But
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, man, it's a staple. It's a fucking staple. Little D, what about you, man?
So this is maybe I want to say 4th or 5th time seeing this. I don't remember the first time I saw this. I had to have been a teenager, I want to say. I definitely wasn't a kid. This is, I think, right around the time that video stores are probably going out of business, and we may have picked this up one weekend or something, or maybe I don't remember where I saw our friend's house, but I remember this being pretty impactful. One, because the atmosphere of this film is insane, and also like we were talking about this with Pitt, is that the backdrops and just what they use for scenery is amazing, and the fact that it's a real fucking castle.
It's almost a one location film.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's really, really cool. The monster, with what you do or what you don't see of him, is great. And I mean, there's definitely things that you see that you don't want to see.
And there's also things you don't see that are supposed to be there.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, man.
But when it comes to Full Moon, this is definitely like, all right, they're cooking. Let them keep cooking because this is great. And, you know, Stuart Gordon, you know, he's coming off of everything else he's done. He's like, I feel like maybe at his peak at this point because the writing on this I thought was really, really good. He's bringing back his all-stars. Like,
Yeah.
come on. Like, this is not one that you need to skip over. And especially with the cover, when you go on, the creature's right there. You know, like, you know what you're getting yourself into when you see the cover art. And any of the cover art, he's like front and center. But yeah, this is definitely one that like you were saying, Big D, it's very depressing in a lot of ways for multiple parties in this film, but it's such a staple. So if you are looking for a full moon movie out of the ones we have already talked about, and you're like, which of these three do I want to watch first? I might argue this one. Honestly, I'd say if you want to go off with a fucking bang, watch Castle Freak.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yeah, this is the best acted full moon movie that I think I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah.
everything else has been super campy. Like, Mikey's been on a show with me where we did Doll Man and then Doll Man versus Demonic Toys.
Very campy. Very campy.
Very
those
campy.
two.
Pit and the Pendulum, the only person who was fucking acting in that movie was Lance Henriksen.
Our boy Lance.
Yeah.
Many such cases with him.
Subspecies fucking ruled. Like, Ragu the vampire was fucking tight. Yeah, but dude, this one, like, Barbara Crampton, the way she is acting, it's like you wouldn't expect that coming from, you know, how long ago do you think Reanimator was from this?
It was in the 80s, right? I think it was like
Yeah,
late
it was
80s.
late
Yes,
80s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 80s.
So it's been at least like 8 years, I would say.
Somewhat, like, sure, like laying on a table, getting head from a head. You know,
Iconic.
like, yeah, it's great. And the same thing with Jeffrey Combs, like, he's fucking delivering in this movie.
Did you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I would say, before we jump in, did you want to do Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, I was going to do that right now.
Oh.
Mikey, did you want to say something before I do
Oh
this?
no, I was just going to mention in regards to the acting. I don't know. Did you guys watch the Video Zone? That's kind of a tradition with me for Full Moon. Did you check those out?
No.
No.
Oh well. For anyone unaware, I'm not sure if you guys talked about it, but there is always a little stay tuned after the feature for the extra whatever
Yeah.
the heck on the tapes. Yeah. And
Yeah.
they do talk about the direction, the acting, and that from Barbara Crampton and Jeffrey Combs specifically, because Stewart really wanted to kind of avoid that comedy and avoid that camp, and you
Yeah.
really
Sure.
do see it. Like you feel it. It's much more intense. But yeah.
See,
Oh, yeah.
now, why did he avoid that with this, but he didn't want to fucking avoid it with the Pit and the Pendulum?
Because he's got his all-stars. He's comfortable with them, I would imagine.
Well,
Well,
yes,
that's the
maybe
big question, huh?
Henriksen
Jeffrey-
was just pissed him off too many times.
Jeffrey Combs was in the Pit and the Pendulum. There's no excuse for that. I mean,
That's true, but he had a small role in that.
he was in.
Yeah.
All right. That's fair.
All
Okay.
right. Let's get to our Rotten Tomatoes, and we can start with our guest today. So, oh, wow. It's got 8 reviews, and we're going to start with the critic review. Mikey, what do you think it's sitting at on Rotten Tomatoes?
Critics. I'm trying to think, man. I feel like this would kind of rub people the wrong way back in the day. But are these around the release critic reviews, or are these like people coming back a little
Just
later to
whenever.
reevaluate?
It's
Just
whenever like
whatever,
Rotten
man.
Tomatoes was like around, I would imagine.
I'm gonna say, just knowing how people are, I'm gonna say like high 40s, like maybe like 45. I know it hurts me to say it, but I could see them saying it.
Sure. We'll go Big D.
So, like I said just a minute ago, with this being very well acted, I think that's a better impression on someone when they go into this saying, "Oh fuck, it's a full moon movie," but then you see it, you're like, "Oh, wow." 62.
Ooh,
Okay. Anna,
I hope so.
75.
gonna go
Ooh, even better.
75. You guys ready for the drum roll?
Yeah, what do you got?
Someone's gonna be real upset right now.
Uh-oh.
Mikey, I swear to God.
It's sitting at
Swear to God,
63, dude.
Hey, okay, hey. Well, that's better than I thought. I was worried
Would you
they'd
say
lambast it.
62?
He did.
He's
He's
so
crazy.
over it.
All right, guys,
Crazy.
audio listeners, he has left the building. He's speeding down the street. He's going to the Rotten Tomatoes headquarters, and he's going to change it to 62 right now.
Over it.
Oh, man.
One of
That's
these
sad.
days, man. One of these fucking
You know,
days.
Joe stole your thunder last time, man.
What I'm saying.
You fucking
Joe the
stole your
Scola.
thunder.
Hey, I love you though. So it's okay, Joe.
Well,
I'll
you
say
can
still-
you can redeem yourself. You still have one more category.
Mm.
All right. So this one has 5,000 plus for audience.
That's
Okay.
a lot.
Yeah,
Wow.
hell yeah. For
So,
audience.
Mikey, where do you think it's landing?
I'm going to put some faith in full moon heads for once and say it's got at least an 80, 85, somewhere in that range.
Okay. Big D? He's so scared.
He's trying to tap into that force he just used to
It's-
nail it. You can see it.
I think it's gonna be somewhere close.
That's what I was thinking too.
Mm.
With that many.
44.
Oh,
Okay. Anna?
I'm gonna stay high and do we'll do 70.
70? Drum roll?
reasonable.
We're going to have to get the poppers out because it's sitting at fucking 44%, my dude.
Damn! Wow.
The smartest man alive.
I'm not kidding.
I was
oh
here
my
for
god,
it.
dude! Finally, dude.
You got
Finally.
it.
And it's
No
one that
way.
isn't a fucking zero. I finally fucking got, man.
Oh, man. Okay.
That
You are
is
right.
epic.
That
Right.
hurts, though. What the fuck is up with that?
48
44?
episodes into this show. He
Yep.
finally
He
gets a
nailed
win.
it.
Nailed it. What
Joe
is it?
comes in for one
And-
and nails it.
Yeah, right.
Well,
And
hey,
what is
man, I
it?
was way
Nailed
off, so...
it.
Nailed it.
Hmm.
Toss.
So I was trying to see if there's any kind of like other information because sometimes Rotten Tomato does that. No budget or anything. The only release date I have on here is from when it started
look.
streaming, and it was on May 5th, 2017.
Well,
Oh,
that's
dang.
weird.
So I don't know if that's completely accurate. They might just be bullshitting, but regardless, that's when it started streaming, I guess.
Interesting.
But I guess we can. How do you want to do this, guys? We want to just kind of talk
We just
scenes. What do you want to do?
We can dive into it. So I feel like because we've brought up the serious undertone of this movie, and I guess we'll just explain why
Yeah, dude, shoot
it's so
for it.
fucking serious. And that is because we learned that in the past, Jeffrey Combs' character was an alcoholic, right?
Yep.
Like, and then he ends up, we end up meeting the daughter that's in this, and she's blind. But there's a reason why she's blind, is because Jeffrey Combs gets into this car accident, which renders her blind. Also learning he has a 5-year-old son in the backseat
Poor
that
JJ.
doesn't survive the. Well, JJ is two different characters in this.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't survive the car crash, and that's where we learn, or that's what we learn as to why Barbara Crampton is so distant from Jeffrey Combs' character. Because when Jeffrey Combs inherits this castle from they call her his mother's sister, right?
Yeah, the
Not-
Duchess.
Not aunt, his mother's sister.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hmm.
also, it's to note on that. I think he also cheated as well. He was with a girl like 9 months ago. They were saying as another reason why he was like distant. I think from her.
Yeah,
Right?
he
No, it
cheated
was-
too.
Was it?
I think it.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
even like
because when he like goes up to her in the bedroom and tries to start loving on her, he's like, I haven't been with a girl, and she cuts him off, like smacks
Oh,
at him. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it was throwaway because the reason what I took was she kept saying he was blaming this person for that and this person for that. I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, and it's easily overlooked. But yeah, regardless, it's all shitty.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure, absolutely. But yeah, dude, she says some heinous shit to him, dude, and at
kind of got it
first,
coming.
you're not
Yeah.
wrong. You're
He
not
really
wrong.
does.
There are things that he, not knowing the situation as to what he's trying to fix, because we only meet him in the midst of all of it.
Yeah.
We don't know what he's tried to fix or rectify or whatever. But for her to sit there and slam him saying, I wish you had died instead of our son,
Oh, dude.
and shit like that, I'm like, man. Like this, but this is where we get to see like the chops from Barbara Crampton, dude, because it is great.
She killed it. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then we all received a text message earlier about somebody sweating over Jeffrey Combs.
I mean, he is.
I was like, he is looking fine
Yeah,
in this
he looks
movie.
really good in this.
What did
And
the kids say
Arguably
now?
the
Do they
best he's
say-
looked.
The kids, what did they say? Zaddy? Is that what
He
you call him?
he totally gives Zaddy vibes, dude. Jay Combs is Definitely
I
is
don't know what
zaddy.
that means.
No doubt. And to the same effect, Barbara Crampton is definitely delivering mother as well. She's the
Oh, yeah.
mother of these like Stuart Gordon movies,
Oh,
which is
man,
great.
She can't turn that off either. She's always like at peak performance when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah,
And I gotta say,
Yeah.
I got to meet both of them at Horror Hound last year,
it's awesome.
and Jay Combs was just the sweetest. But
He is.
Barbara Crampton was absolutely amazing because I had my daughter
Mhm.
with us too.
Oh,
And she was just talking to Marley, like, what grade are you in? And she's like, oh, third grade's hard. And was looking at me at that point. I was like, yeah, no shit. And then just such a great exchange. So, like, just like really wanted to talk to us. And then on Sunday, it was one of those moments where I was like looking at my phone and walking, and I got nudged by the person I was with. And I look up, and it's Barbara Crampton looking me directly in the face, like in a way saying,
She
off your
looks at
phone.
me.
and she remembered us. She was like, good morning, and was like talking to Marley. And we were like, oh, hey,
Oh,
like she
that's-
remembered us.
That's
It was
awesome.
That's
so sweet.
awesome.
Mm-hmm. But
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
I absolutely loved them in this. And it's one of those situations where I talked about on the brain damage episode, I am a recovering addict. So I'll be 6 years clean in May.
Hell yeah.
So I can see both sides of this story. Like
Sure.
I can see Jay Combs, and it's so easier for us to be out of the perspective to see both of these people
Mhm.
and like be like, oh, he sucks, which he does.
Yeah.
And he definitely, I'm sure he had that addict mentality, just like Barbara's hollering at him, you blame everybody but yourself. It's always someone else's fault. And that's definitely an addict's mentality. And so I feel for him, and I know what he's going through. Like, he's really trying. He's obviously been sober until all this shit goes down at the castle, and then he kind of breaks, which kind of gave me some Shining vibes in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Sure.
true.
Which I thought was interesting. But I also like now put myself in the situation of being a parent, even though I have been through all that, and I do sympathize with it. I don't care how close I am to you, whether we're family, we've been friends forever. If you did something that caused the death of my child,
Sure.
I would never forgive you. Never.
Same.
Especially for a reason that if you could just get your shit together and put your mind to it and want to get sober, this could happen for you. And it's just like, I mean, and in that moment, I can't blame her because I would feel the same way. I would want you dead instead of my kid,
Sure.
but
So
it's really hard situation.
I feel like if it was a different scenario, if he weren't drunk, if it was out of his hands,
Exactly.
I feel like
that's
it'd be
definitely
a different outcome. You wouldn't have that type of resentment. But the fact that he literally handicapped his daughter and then, took his son's life, I get it. Like, I really do. But the daughter in this movie, dude, she's fucking rad. Like, I like her. Becky. I like her a lot. And when she goes down to that fucking basement, the fact that Jeffrey Combs doesn't go down there. I'm like, dog,
Back.
She said,
Back.
Yeah, where are you at? I'm down here. Well, come
Your blind daughter wandering toward the stairs.
Yeah, walk up the stairs and come find me. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, and the fact that that's the cellar part of this basement was never. Granted, they were only there for 2 days.
Yeah,
they were there for 2 days, but the fact that she ended up down there was never explored again until shit started happening.
Yeah,
it's just wild to me, man. I'm like, if your daughter says, "Hey, there's somebody else in this fucking castle, I know where." Yeah, I'm gonna go look,
dude.
I'm gonna do the white person thing and go down there and look at him.
I put that in my notes. Like, I don't care how ludicrous it might seem or imaginative. If I'm in a new place, hell, I don't even care if I'm in my house and my kid says, "Hey, I think I saw somebody in that other room." I'm getting something. And I'm going in there and checking. Like, I'm going to believe my kid. I hate that. I hate that trope.
Leg lamp. Excuse me.
He walks in with a weird Italian sex flail he finds under the bed, just swinging it.
I know, the whip.
That thing was terrifying.
Used.
It finally clicked to him too damn late.
Yeah, it took him
Sadly.
a minute. He got there.
Oh, it took Barbara Crampton calling him some random ass fucking nickname.
I was
Uh-huh.
like,
For him to
Oh,
Whipping
To put
boy.
two
Yeah.
and two together.
yeah.
But dude,
whipping boy. What do you mean by that?
wait, Dustin, they go. Do the Argento thing. Yeah. But it's like in my brain, it's like you find that in your deceased aunt's fucking room. Like, where did he dig around for that? And why would you touch it?
No, he didn't just touch it.
He was looking
like
for
fucking
jewelry.
gave it a couple spins and like whipped his own hammer. And he's like, "Ow!" It's like, "Yeah, no shit, ow!" Like, what?
Yeah.
You
Huh.
doing?
Interesting. There's blood on it.
Fucking-
Oh,
Yeah,
Live
fucking
your
Leather
deed
whip. What
sharp.
do you think?
Like a cat of nine tails. That thing was messed up. Poor Giorgio, man.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
know.
I want to go back and touch on the accident scene because
Sure.
I feel like from the opening of this movie, you're following this old lady, right? And you're in this castle. You're being set up as a cat. Like, oh, it's cute. All right, cool.
There's a
Following
freak
the cat.
afoot.
Yeah, it's a little freak.
Yeah.
So you're already getting like a weird, like kind of serious tone out from the beginning of this film. Then we have a little bit of a
Mhm.
break when we get introduced to the new characters, and then we go to another serious moment, super serious, which I didn't expect it to go there, especially the first time seeing this film and now watching it again and being like, oh, that's right, this gets pretty fucking hard. And you know, you're in the car, daughter, son. Yeah, the son dropped something on the floor, and
Game Gear. It was a Game Gear.
yeah.
He was playing
You
some
gotta make
Sonic
sure-
on that sucker. You know it.
You gotta make sure the screen's not broken, dude.
Yeah,
No,
no,
yeah.
Yeah.
but
I do wonder. I do wonder about the Game Gear thing though. That made me laugh because like everybody had a Game Boy at that time, but I feel like they just needed that shot of the screen lit up, and there was no backlight on a Game Boy, so they just had to
Yeah,
like hunt
yeah.
a Game Gear
Yeah.
down just for that shot.
I wonder if the reason it was a Game Gear is because it was out of date tech.
maybe it was just cheap
Maybe,
to
yeah.
use.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just
maybe
found
they just-
one at the pawn
yeah.
shop.
Exactly, or yeah, it's like a Goodwill or something.
Yeah. But
Hmm.
then Jeffrey looks in the back and he's like telling his son, "No, we'll go sit down." Which I mean, like, yeah,
Mhm.
you're telling his son to like buckle up and fucking sit down, but you can also tell that he's wasted. You know, the way that his mannerisms
Yeah.
are and everything. But when the car flips and you're hearing all this screams and then you hear the son screaming and it's just Jeffrey just looking, I was like, are we gonna see this fucking kid split in half? That's what my mind went, and like that fucked me up. And then like obviously, you know, I have a son. He's 7, which is probably about the same. Well, they say he's 5, right?
It was
I think
5,
he's
yeah.
5.
Yeah.
So like pretty close to it. So I'm just like, you know, being a father watching movies now,
Yeah.
it's hard, dude. It hits so hard. But yeah, that just really set you up for like where you're going for the rest of this film. For all the other characters, they all go
Mhm.
down the shitter, man. All of them.
Mhm.
I don't know about you as a parent, but I know when my parents and my wife's mom, growing up, she had like the Home Depot yardstick in the car. And if you were acting up in the fucking back seat, dude, they just grab that stick and start smacking you.
I never
That's,
had
that's
that.
inventive. I like
Oh,
that. That's
dude,
smart.
Dustin, Hannah will probably attest, dude. I had to go out and pick my own Switch.
Oh, me
Fuck
too.
that, dude.
Me too.
And I'm not talking about the Nintendo Switch. I'm talking about a stick that wouldn't break on the first swing. I'm talking about a stick that was flimsy enough to feed a fucking. Oh, dude, it was fucking.
You just
wild.
turned that into like a Facebook boomer joke, and that was classic. I'm not talking about the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, yeah, hey,
And then the
mister.
Switch 2 is what he's talking about.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No,
But-
it's funny though that I'm sorry, Dustin. I didn't mean to cut you
No.
off, buddy.
Good.
I was gonna say for once, every time I feel like we talk about one of these movies, one of you guys is just like, you know, as a parent, I'm like, no, I kind of get that, and like that sucks. That's terrible. But I bet that's hard to watch stuff like this. But as a cat owner, that
That's-
poor fucking cat.
Oh.
in this
Right?
movie,
I
He
know.
looks just like my boy Nacho, and I'm
That's
glad he was
Weasley.
napping at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks just like
How
Weasley.
long
Yeah.
He
has
looks
this
like
cat
Duke.
been there? How long's
That's
it
a
been
good
there?
question.
That the whole thing takes place in a matter of days.
So she
Why the
died,
fuck-
and then
it
they rolled
was-
right up.
Wasn't it already
Yeah.
in the cage with him before?
No, because you see the cat at the beginning when she's prepping the meal
Mhm.
for him, and then
Okay.
she slides it and closes the door.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the only reason the cat got in there is because he opened the little door back up on the bottom, and
Oh, okay.
But
For
what
some
you-
reason, I thought he was already hanging out with the cat multiple times.
Oh,
Could you
dude,
imagine?
he
He's
would
just
have.
big
That would have been
fucking chilling
great
with
if they
the
were
cat.
best buddies. Yeah, that would have really redeemed him in my eyes. But
Yeah.
no.
But but I listened to the movie today at work. While I
Yeah,
was
you
working,
said that when in our messages earlier. I didn't want to question you on it, so please
No.
elaborate on that.
So I watched it the other night, and then I listened to it today. So I put it on my phone, put my earbud in, flip my phone over, and do what I got to do. I listened
Gotcha.
to the dialogue, and this is where I picked up on the tension between the two of them before it's kind of like known, because when Jeffrey Combs and crew ends up at the castle, we meet the maid.
Mhm.
And she's like, all right, so the little girl's bedroom's here, y'all's bedroom's here. Barbara Crampton pulls her to the
Oh,
side
yeah.
and she goes, can you make another room for him?
Yeah.
I never caught on that until listening to it today.
She says it in such a subtle way too. It's like, "Can you have another room prepared?" She's like, "Is someone visiting?" And then they just kind of like look at Jeffrey Combs,
They-
and he's just like sitting there
Yeah.
defeated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really sad.
So it's very like, and that's kind of where I started picking up on oh fuck, okay, so there's something else that we don't know yet is happening. And I didn't hear him say
The cheating.
I haven't been with another girl in X amount of time. I only heard about the alcohol,
See,
the getting kicked out of school for fucking political indifference, dude. I'm like, that's really fucking relevant right now, man. Like,
Isn't
that's
it?
pretty fucking wild.
Yeah.
But blaming all these other people, and then I guess there was that. I didn't hear that part.
There's a lot of like shit piling on him, but a lot of it was warranted.
Sure. And then he fucking runs up to the roof. Foreshadows. So we get a big fucking foreshadow, dude, because
Yeah.
it's a big foreskin shadow. And
There's none of that in this movie. None.
no,
Zero.
no. Well, we don't know because we don't. Never mind.
They took a little more off the top than he wanted.
too much snipping. Yeah.
Yeah. Got carried away.
Oh man, but yeah, we learned that shit. So yeah, and then he fucking breaks.
Those subtle moments too, like you mentioned with the housekeeper at the start too. There's a later scene where Jeffrey Combs is just kind of wandering around like moping. He's cut his hand and he's having his little moment, his little hissy fit, and he comes in on her like pouring herself a glass of wine, and she like pours another and like kind of reaches over to him. That's such a nice little detail too, because he like kind of pushes it away. Like
Yeah.
he's still got that effort in him, and the movie just keeps wearing his ass down. So that it
Yeah.
does. It's just so sad, like you said earlier. So sad.
Yeah.
That plays on the interaction between him and the woman of the night, because
Oh yeah,
he's
The
drinking
woman
and
of
she
the
yeah.
night.
He's
offers,
knocking it back.
but she offers him a cigarette. He goes, "No thanks, I don't smoke." So it's
What, a
like
drink?
eventually,
Yeah, he's got
it's-
boundaries.
It's piling up eventually, you know.
Mhm.
But man,
When we
I
find
gotta.
out, oh, go ahead, Anna. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, I gotta say, this movie was very serious until the moment he got drunk, and then all that shit went down in the corridors and whatnot in the dungeon, and
Yeah.
all that.
literally, yeah.
Literally, all that started happening. And I was like, "Oh, there's Stuart Gordon. There he
He
is."
started getting
I knew
freaky
he
in
was
the
going to show
castle.
up. Yeah.
But there are two things I remember the most being from watching this as a kid, and one is the woman getting her titties eaten off.
Yep.
Oh,
The
Dude.
other one is when he bites his thumb off.
Oh,
He had to
hear
get the
the-
shackle
Oh,
off.
you
Oh,
hear
dude.
you hear the
The Foley on it was so good. I don't know what like
Dude.
celery. What did they use on that?
who
It's
fucking-
terrible.
I don't care. It
it
sounds
was a real
disgusting.
hand.
It sounded so real.
then
that's
he
the
yanked-
secret.
Yeah, then he yanks. Those are the two things I remember most. But
His
I was
actor
just-
can just do that.
Mhm.
It just didn't have a thumb. The thumb wasn't real.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But man,
Yeah, that was crazy. The one thing that I also thought was really goofy was the lawyer. We got to talk about the lawyer, man.
Mm. He's a little over the
man,
top.
talk about sleazeball, dude. That dude, that's not his first time fucking doing that.
No, and like when the girl goes missing, I think doesn't he get like questioned by the police another time before the girl goes missing?
So,
I believe
he
They
calls
call.
the.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Anna. Go ahead.
I was gonna say they call the cops because Becky's saying she thinks somebody's
There's
in
a-
the house.
yeah, there's
so
someone
that
there.
same cop shows up But they're like, oh, well, we don't have any evidence. There's no sign of forced entry, so we're not going to search.
Yeah.
And then when everything else goes down, it's the same cop. And Jake Holmes is like, well, you didn't want to search the other day, and you don't have any evidence now other than I was with her. So
There's
Yeah.
another reason why that cop
It's
becomes so invested.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because he has a fucking child with the prostitute.
Yeah,
And the lawyer
dude.
tells him that. It's like, yeah, she slept with everybody, but she kept his kid. And he goes, he fucking kept her kid?
I'm just thinking, like, everyone there knows her profession, but nobody told Jeffrey Combs.
And he's a foreigner.
That was such a funny bit too, and she's just
Nobody told him.
she's just like asking for the money, and he's just like, oh no, you did great, no, awesome job.
Yeah.
It's just like, pay me.
It's like- yeah, but dude, like, because they interact. The cop ends up at the bar,
hmm
and I'm like, why didn't the cop just like pull him to the side and say, "Hey, man, by the way, be a fucking homie about it, not just." I guess. Well, I don't know. She's supporting his child too, so it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, in a way. But
The money is going towards
Yeah,
living.
Yeah.
Yeah,
his college
I
fund.
don't know.
But then
His-
we jump to he essentially
God damn
being
it, Mikey.
arrested.
yeah.
Which that whole scene's fucking crazy too. He's like, I'm telling you the truth. Like he's acting his ass off during this whole thing. Like Jeffrey, like
The
this
whole
is
movie.
peak.
Yeah, he is.
So
Oh.
good.
And he gets fucking slapped in the face with the baton. Like, oh my god! And
Love
all the
it.
cops like drag him. I was like, dude, stop.
Dude, they kicked the shit out of him, man, and it's all because they can, right? Like,
Mhm.
who's gonna believe
He's
him? That they're,
American.
yeah,
That would be
But-
so scary to be in a foreign country and get arrested and not
Mhm.
because he's like, can you get somebody in here who speaks English? And like,
Oh, we have
for
someone that
no
speaks
one-
English.
no one to believe
and
you.
pulls out the baton.
Yeah,
Oh, fucking equalizer. But yeah, the lawyer pretty much essentially blackmails him.
It's like
Mhm.
that's blackmail. He goes,
Yeah,
Well-
He goes, "Eh."
Hey,
the Italian classic.
yep.
Oh my god,
yeah.
dude.
He's like, that's my
But the-
sister. She's your housekeeper. Where's my sister? Finds her
Yeah,
dead on the fucking ground. Oh.
yeah.
He's
right
like,
next-
oh, you gotta
right
speak
next
to a lawyer now. Starts choking.
Starts choking him.
Why I wanna-
It's like, that is my lawyer. Can I have a new one?
Yeah, yeah. I don't
You
want
guys have
this
any
one anymore.
extras?
Yeah. Nah, dude. But I thought because again, like I wanted this movie to be scarier, but at the end of the day, I got a better movie out of it
Oh,
not being scary.
Yeah.
Like everyone's acting their ass because Barbara Crampton, the end of this movie, dude, when the daughter ends up missing, and I don't know how old do you think this daughter is supposed to be? Because they talk about going to prom, right?
I'd say maybe
17,
16.
18.
Yeah,
Oh,
She's in-
16, yeah, I
she's
can
in
see
high
that.
school.
yeah.
Okay,
I'd say
so
14, 15.
yeah, didn't need her shirt off.
It's Stuart Gordon, dude.
I understand.
Again,
I get it. I didn't need it. I understand.
it did
Stuart
lead to one of Barbara's best moments where she's like, "Well, okay, cool, I see what you got there, but check this out." And then like rips her shirt open to gotta get Giorgio's attention. He's like, "Yeah,
me.
okay, cool, I'll go with that."
Oh,
That
yeah,
was such a like
badass
know.
moment.
badass moment. Yeah, I'd have done the same damn thing. Take
But
me.
what I
Yeah,
don't
she's
get
cool
is,
as fuck
Vamp.
for that.
is Barbara, old Babs is out there with her boobs out, starts running. I'm like, she didn't knock herself out.
Guess
she,
not.
She didn't tuck them
She's a
away. But,
professional. She's done this before, Dustin.
but
Come
my
on.
thing is like that happens, right? That interaction. Then by the time they're upstairs, her shirt is rebuttoned all the way up.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
I'm like, okay, I guess she's a professional, Mikey. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I proved my own point. I did see a funny tidbit about that. It's not mentioned in the video zone, but it is on the IMDb trivia. She was supposed to strip fully nude, as she is known to do because she's Barbara Crampton. But she said
Yeah.
it was too cold, so she decided against it.
Yeah.
And Stewart just rolled with it because he's that kind of guy. He's a nice fella. He wouldn't do
Yeah,
that.
I'm sure he got to see what he wanted to see, and that's it.
4 or 5 productions prior, like,
This-
consistently ever since.
He's been in the editing room for a while for Reanimator, so he's got his fill.
God damn it!
But it
dude.
also goes back to something we said about Barbara Crampton too. I think Dustin, Big D, it was us on Shopping Mall about how like she wasn't exploited, or no, maybe
No,
it was
yeah.
It was Pit and Pendulum actually, and how she never felt exploited by Stuart Gordon. Like she was
Yeah,
in
She's
on
always
the
so
joke.
joke.
powerful.
Yeah, because that was the whole thing about her reanimator story, right? Like she
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
feel.
She's pretty open
Mhm.
about that statement too,
Yeah.
especially when Jacob's wife came out. Like she was super open about.
I still need to
Mhm.
see that. It looked really good.
It's
Anna?
great.
And I need you to tell us about when the titular castle freak captures the woman of the night.
Oh
And
god.
Oh my
Ugh.
gosh.
And what
And-
the fuck goes down right here?
So this is when I was like, okay, there's Stuart Gordon. There he is. Because so the night, earlier in the night, or the night before, I guess now at this point, he saw Jay Combs and the Lady of the Night getting it on. And so he's like taking tips from him pretty much.
Studying, yeah.
This is what you're supposed to do. Obviously, they like it. They're making happy noises. So he tries to do that with her, unties her top the same way he does. Oh my gosh. And the scene when she is like half dead and he has still got his head between her legs.
Oh, dude.
Oh
Dude.
my God. I was
Dude.
like, damn, okay, we're going here.
She tries her very best to avoid the situation
Mm-hmm.
by moving the sheet over and reaching down to get a
Oh,
hold.
dude, that was
to-
nut. Well,
It
nuts.
wasn't
nuts.
nuts.
Poor phrasing. Poor phrasing on my part.
And they show it, dude. Like they show there's no Peter.
They show
down
what's
there, dude.
left.
Nothing. It just
Ugh.
hit.
False.
It's
just- yeah,
it's his pelvic bone is what's there.
Well, you
That's
know
it.
that's
Ugh.
what his mom was feeding them at the start of the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, shoe.
So is that the implication?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what she
pretty
was
sure it
cutting
was
up
just-
at the
I
start.
thought it was just a delicious Italian sausage. I didn't catch that. That's upsetting.
Yeah. And it got all
It's
moldy.
an old bratwurst in there, just in a
Oh,
fucking bun.
bratwurst. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
yeah. Giorgio's design overall is just
Oh, he looks
incredible.
sick.
Oh,
And it's
He
a full
looks
body
sick.
appliance too. They talk about that in the video zone. At the time that wasn't a super common thing. They
Yeah.
mentioned the Manitou was one of the only other times they'd done it, and it's just head to toe, like full latex appliances
it
all
was
the way down.
really good looking.
I don't know if they just
Yeah,
like
he
pushed
looked-
my guy in and like taped it, or like if they tucked him really hard. I don't know what the deal was, but it looks real.
Yeah.
No, but what I need everyone to do, and we'll go round table with this, is I need to hear your best Castle Freak sound.
Oh,
that's,
boy.
ugh.
We'll
His
start with-
sounds.
We'll start with Little D.
Oh boy, I'm trying to think of like a good one. Yeah.
Well, there was Dustin's.
There,
He
all
like,
right,
he, like
here we go.
snarls all the time.
There you go. Anna, let's hear it.
Oh wait, do we have any chains over here?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, jangle a bit. Get some jangles.
Mikey, let's hear it, man.
Let me think of one of the good ones he had. He had so many. He had like a lot of iconic lines. I like the little like kind of noises he dropped every once in a while. Those little like
Those are my
he
favorite
kinda
Like
really-
when he realizes she's blind and he's doing
Yeah.
this, and he's like,
he's like making wacky faces and shit.
Yeah, and
She
he's going,
can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, he's sitting there putting bunny ears behind her and all that shit, dude.
What's she gonna do?
Making fun of, like, he's like mocking the fact that she's blind. Is that-
Uh,
but yeah, when he goes,
The- he's a subtle performance, is what it is. It's very
that's all
subtle.
it is, man. That was fucking method acting at its finest.
You see some behind the scenes stuff too when they're talking about the makeup in the video zone, and it's so transformative that I did not realize the man talking before in the moments leading up to the makeup part was the actor. Like you just can't recognize the guy, but he's so articulate. You wouldn't guess that from his performance.
Yes, yes.
Sipping some tea.
Indubitably.
It's like a
But
totally different guy.
We get the big final showdown, right? Like Barbara Crampton and daughter have run up the stairs.
and it's raining.
Oh, dude,
of course.
the
Of
jump
course.
that Giorgio does out of that window is
That was
insane.
Parkour.
Yeah. I was like, he's
Literally.
jumping out the damn window.
Didn't land on any of the glass that broke, right?
He does like
And
a
it's-
hero landing too. He's like got the 3-point stance. It's crazy.
man, fucking Black Widow out there, man.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember how, like, what does Jeffrey Combs do? Like when he arrives,
He just stands
They
there and
think-
he's like taunting him with the baton. Like he's about to hit him.
he
then
should've
he
went
finally
with the-
smacks
he
him
should have
and
went
then-
with the whip. Is what he should have done.
Oh yeah, that would have like struck
Well-
some fear into him.
Giorgio had the whip, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because he's
So he had to
whipping
use the
J.
baton.
Combs.
All right. But then we get old Jeffrey Combs doing the fucking swanton bomb off the top of this castle.
I know.
You
love
just see him like this. Fucking
so,
hit him with the Jeff Hardy. Man,
such
Barbara
a sad ending.
It
It
is.
right?
is.
Like, dude, and Barbara
It's kind of
Crampton.
uplifting at the very end, like that last shot. It was kind of like get a little
Like-
tear in your eye.
He's like, I'm
He's
finally free
redeemed.
now. She loves me. I can die now.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's-
Done.
That was his
DED,
redemption. Dead.
Well, no, she got her wish at that point because she wishes he were dead.
Yeah.
Right?
Forgive me.
So,
I
Yeah.
love you.
yeah, and then
I love you.
she starts muttering it, but doesn't say it all the way. And he's like clinging on to life, waiting to
He's
hear
just
her
holding
say
out. Damn.
it. Come on, I'm dying. Come on.
My neck is definitely broken.
And she goes, olive juice. Olive juice.
And Beck's in the back.
That's close
Dad,
enough.
Dad, are you still alive?
It's just like talking to a tree, dude. Like, she's,
Dude, come on, Dustin, come on.
sorry, it was there.
Come
It
on.
was there. Oh my fucking god, dude!
Jesus.
Let's start rating this thing.
Dude, that was just way too funny.
Quit judging me.
Oh my! All right, I'm gonna get my composure. All right,
Damn.
Dad. Why are you so sharp, Dad? Like, looking- Oh fuck! All right, I'm good.
Yeah, Mikey's done left the chat.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm out.
Oh man.
Oh,
All right,
damn.
Who wants to go first?
We're rating?
Yeah, we're
gonna
rating.
rate it. Yeah.
Mikey, you can go first. You're our guest.
I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. It's
How many castle freaks are you giving this movie?
Tree hug.
it's a 5 out of 5. It's the freakiest castle in the world, dude. It's just,
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you haven't watched Pit and the Pendulum yet, that's a pretty freaky.
oh
fucking
yeah,
castle.
that's true. That
Yeah,
is
that
one of the
one's-
Stuart Gordons I'm missing. I know you guys are talking down on it, and you're probably right, but I do have to put my completionist hat on and check it out.
You
Yeah,
do.
It's
No, it's-
rapey.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That is kind of a running theme with him.
It sure is.
But not in like,
Not in the fun Stuart Gordon way.
not in the exactly.
No, making actresses quit acting kind of way.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that
fucked
did
up.
happen.
Oh, before the
Yeah.
rating, I do have to say that's kind of crazy. Speaking of that, this was the lady who played Rebecca's like last role. I don't know why. I thought she did really good, but
Wasn't
IMDb
she
she's dropped off the face of the
Announced
planet.
on this too, like it was like introducing.
Yeah.
that. So it's a second movie Stuart Gordon made that made an
Man.
actress come in and then she quit.
She got too
Oh.
good. Well, she said she didn't like working with the slime that they like coated the freak in. So maybe she just got slimed out. She couldn't do it anymore.
Oh,
Mm.
I understand. I wouldn't want to get all slimed.
Never
either.
mind. Never mind.
okay. Anna, I guess we
yeah,
can,
no, it's a 5. It's a 5.
we can port over to you, Anna.
And it goes.
Yeah, this is definitely a 5. 5 out of 5. I was very pleasantly surprised with this. I really loved the story. I loved the twist that came along with it because he is, Jay Combs ended up being, the distant relative of this person or this castle freak. So, yeah, I just loved everything about it. And I feel like we've been going up since the first episode.
Yes.
Like Subspecies was great. This was even better in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm enjoying the ride. I really love this one. I hate that it took me so long to watch it.
Well, we got there.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got that. That's what matters.
Big D.
I'm gonna give this 5 out of 5. Yeah, no, this is the first full moon movie I ever seen, and it hits a lot harder now. Like I said, I thought it was scarier than it was, but there's actually really sad undertone, which makes it a really good movie.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
easily 5 out of 5.
All right.
Little D.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 tree hugs. And
Yay!
I still do my personal score
I
every now
should have
and then.
made that fucking joke, man.
It's too late. There's
10
too
out of
much
10
hanging on. You
personal.
can't edit it out.
Hell yeah. No, this is a fantastic film. I mean, the subject matter maybe isn't fantastic, but it makes for a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
For what
Dark.
they made for this and how it was written and where it was shot. I wish I knew how long the shoot was for this. I could imagine it was only maybe a couple weeks because it's full moon. They like to push things as quick as possible. But for whatever time frame they had or limitations on the budget, I feel like they used everything the best they possibly could with natural lighting or unnatural lighting to the effects to the acting. Having big stars in a full moon movie is not really super common, especially nowadays. We don't really pull a lot of big people. For this to be on, we said 95, right? A 95 film
Mhm.
is pretty solid, and it still holds up. They did remake it. I'd say if you want, you can go watch it, but I would advise maybe not.
I didn't like it.
Even though Barbara Crampton was attached to it, but she didn't star in it, I don't believe. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But this one, definitely solid 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. Go check this out. It's on Tubi. Go do it.
And they're both, Barbara Crampton and Jeffrey Combs, are making a resurgence. Like, they've been in a lot of stuff lately.
Oh, yeah.
too, which is nice.
Hell yeah.
So
Mikey, you got anything going on with Big D over here, or anything on your end?
Still doing previews. Still cooking up ideas that I'm constantly canceling and then coming back to revisit and then canceling again. The usual stuff.
Anything you want to touch on that one, Big D, for what you guys are doing?
yeah, I mean, when we get, like, Mikey comes over and does previews with me, and that's when we get screeners from Screenbox. So when we get them, we watch them and review them together. And Anna's been on one. You've been on one. We're going to talk about one here shortly that you and I have both done together.
Yep.
And that's really, Mikey does a lot of art for a lot of people in the community now, which is pretty fucking sick.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, that's really all I got. Anna, what you got cooking on Give Me Back My Action and Horror Movies?
This week this comes up tomorrow, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Chopping Mall is this week. Big D was on that episode, and then next week we've got absolute
My
gold,
fucking
y'all.
sides. Like we
you
had
guys
to
have
stop
to-
recording
That's so
because
good.
we were laughing so fucking hard.
Yeah, you
dude.
guys
It
have
can't
to
be.
listen
It
to
can't
that
be
episode.
funnier than the tree hug. There's
Dude.
no way. It can't be
Oh,
funnier.
dude,
There's no
it
way.
there was 5 of us. It literally, our bodies in pain and tears streaming down our faces. All 5 of us were
I'm
just
excited.
dying. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But it's Charlie's second birthday pick, and then
Mhm.
next week's the anniversary, and then it'll be Pete month coming up. All kinds of dirty, crazy, weird, obscure, softcore
Oh.
porn-esque movies. The first one I didn't hate, so I'm hoping for the best.
Heck yeah.
Hell
We
yeah.
ended up watching HK2. That's all I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
BD,
man.
we got anything cooking that you want to go ahead and tackle before we get out of here?
Yeah, so we are rounding up on our 50th Screenbox Essentials episode.
Let's go.
It's going to be fucking sick. We have a bunch of cool stuff planned. We're doing a giveaway during it, so we have a lot of stuff cooking up. Anna's hand making some stuff,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty sick. Yeah. We have a new shirt design being cooked up by good old Derek Eyeball Soup Griffin.
Hell
You
yeah, man.
guys, it
He's
looks
so fucking talented. I
it
cannot
looks so
believe it.
dope. It's
I
so
It
dope.
does.
Cannot wait for the full design to be done.
Me either.
Yeah.
We've got 2 out of 3 done now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and Big D are done, and we both look sick. And now,
We look
He's
like
gonna-
French women.
yeah, he drew us like his French women.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's on to Little D. I'm stoked.
Me too.
That's it. It's gonna be sick. And yeah, we're just trucking along here with Full Moon January. Little D drops all these episodes early on Patreon, which you can support us over there for as low as $1 a month.
$1
$1,
Bob.
Bob.
Where I also broke down and did a recap of Yellow Jackets season 2. And
Yep.
I'm going to be covering season 3 once it airs February 14th on Showtime. So for $1, you can hear me talk about Yellow Jackets and spin some
Yeah.
theories and get episodes early.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, we're cooking up a lot over there, and get like Anna doing the TV stuff is just the beginning of it. So
Yeah, for real.
pretty stoked on it.
Yeah. This year's is cooking out to be amazing, and it's just the first month. So everybody who has been supporting us, we've been getting a lot of more people going over on YouTube and commenting from other communities coming in, which is amazing to see. You know, the ecosystem from everybody else is coming in. We're supporting each other, and it's just a really, really awesome time for me personally, and for the show, and for everybody who is involved. I feel like things are just going up, up, and up, and up, especially with our full moon January. Everything that we're doing is just better than the last. So
Yeah, it's getting better.
it was
Yeah.
awesome. And Mikey, it's always great having you on here, man. You have a lot of knowledge
Always
for
fun.
a lot of things that we may not know of, which I always love hearing more things from movies that we're talking about that we all miss
Hell
out
yeah.
on. So it's always great having you on, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, friend. Thank you.
Hey,
And,
real quick, we also, in the horror community, in the film community, lost an absolute titan a few days ago.
Yeah.
mhm.
Rest
Yeah.
in peace, David Lynch. He was one of my favorites. I've kind of felt, I don't know, just like sad and like nostalgic since he passed away. And we've talked about Twin Peaks, covering it on Patreon, and Little D and I have both seen it and love it. Big D has not seen it. So this is
I
kind
need
of
to watch it too.
Oh, you do? You should watch it.
No,
Come on and
yeah, I
review
need
some
to.
episodes
Hell
with
yeah.
us.
I said I hadn't watched it to a friend of mine. And he was like, "Hey, when's your birthday?" I'm like, "Next month." Why? He's like, "Well, watch out for your mailbox because I'm sending you the whole series." So I will check
Oh,
it
hell
out.
Oh,
soon.
yeah,
yeah.
that's great.
Score. Perfect. So
It
yeah,
worked
I
out.
think thanks to the little inspiration we got, feeling like now's the time to do it. Let's jump
Yeah, now's
jump
the
into some
time.
Lynch. Yeah. So stay tuned for that in the near future as well.
Hell yeah. Well, this was it for this episode of Castle Freak, of episode 3 of Full Moon January. The year is just getting started, and just keep an eye out for all the amazing things that are coming your way. And we'll see everybody on the next one.
Bye.
Later.
Peace.